What is up, folks? Briston Gaming back with another episode of 7 Days to Die Mods Weekly, the show where we help you figure out what mods are good for you. And this week we have got an awesome week. We're going to cover a whole bunch of prefabs, but before we jump into anything, I want to take a second to say thank you to everybody who has liked or subscribed on the content and left comments and stuff, because that does mean a lot to me. And I really like seeing it when people say, hey, you know, we like the content or whatever, or even just, hey, you need to do this differently, you need to do that differently. Things like that mean a lot to me as a content creator, because it means people like what I'm doing, or they want to see me do something different to be better. So I really appreciate the feedback, constructive criticism, stuff like that. It really does mean a lot to me. So thank you all. But now we're gonna go ahead and jump into our first mod. And our first mod is actually called the Among Us Maps Prefabs by Demon Fox Sword. Now remember, folks, before I show off you see Skeld right here, before I show this stuff off, remember there are timestamps and stuff, so you guys can kind of skip along and show each one, and it is in the description below. So if you want to look to see, hey, where can I find this mod, it's in the description. There will be a link to these in the description, so make sure you check the description for those. But now this is called the Skeld, and this is the first of 3 maps that Demon Fox Sword has done that looks really cool. Now, this is what's really neat about this. So this is what Demon Fox Sword has said: bring wire tool, batteries or engines to compete, or with gas to complete. You will not need a gen or bank. They are already in the ship. Now this is cool because I'm actually in the world editor right now, so you guys can see all this stuff. That's why you see that there. So this actually is a quest POI, so you can actually do quests and stuff in here. But like, this is just so much here. Look, you come in through here, you come up, come in, bam. There's all this stuff here. Like, this was a really well done POI. Like, I think Demon Fox Sword has built incredibly well here. Oh, there was like a pathway down. I was like, why is that like that? But look at all this stuff. There's just so much stuff here. You've got to open up all these different doors and do different stuff. But it's just like in the game Among Us. Like, this is just super cool to me. At least I think it is. Like, look at how well these were done. All these different... That's a little hidden addition. Look at that little bathroom here. I just think, like, I think Demon Fox Sword has done a fantastic job of this. Like, there's just so much here. Yeah, we do, Demon. We need one-way windows in the game. That is something we definitely need. Maybe a cool modder can figure out a way to make those happen. Outside maintenance tube, like, this is so cool. Like, look at all this stuff. I don't know why this is supposed to be the main loot, but it's under the building, and I don't really know why. But I mean, look at all this cool stuff. Like, there's just this, I can't get over how well Demon Fox Sword has done this. Like, this is just a really well done map. Like, this is just a really cool POI in general. And I like playing Among Us with friends and stuff. Like, it can get kind of fun. I wish they had more maps and stuff and more to do, but this is just super neat. Like, there's just so much here. A little cactus there. Like, this is just, I think this was just really well done. Yeah, I could gush over this one all day. But not only that, so there's that one, and then there's this one here, and then there's the one off there in the corner. This is the Polus, which is another map for Among Us that this is super cool as well. And I say he, but Demon Fox Sword, I don't know if it's a he or she, so pardon me for that. But look, it's another little quest POI, and there's so much here. There's all these different, I accidentally went down when I meant to go up. There's all these different buildings and stuff. There's like where you would originally spawn in right here. Then you come, you know, rushing out. But how you actually get in is through this ladder here. And then you've got what would represent the vents and stuff inside the normal map right here to let you travel around and go to different spots. And then you just pop up here. You've got this stuff. You've got workbenches. So you could turn these into bases if you want, or just little places that you can do, you know, whatever you wanted in. Because this is, like I said, this is just super cool. I think Demon Fox Sword has done a fantastic job. And that's all this week is about, is just these awesome POIs that people have created. There's so much here that I think doesn't really get actually shown off. Like, and that's the sad thing. I think these things need to get so much more attention than what they normally get. Like, this is just so cool. Like, this would make a hellacious community base. I mean, just imagine, like, if you've got a community that you, or like a big server or something you play on, having this there would be just awesome for a community base. Like, each person gets their own little room with a lock and stuff, so, you know, nobody can break in. They've got storage. You can have community, like this little area here, you could put workbenches and stuff People could put their own little forges in their room if they wanted to. But like, this is just super well done. Like, it looks really cool. I think, at least I think it's cool. I don't know about you guys, but this is just super neat. And it actually follows like the flow of the Among Us maps. So it's just super neat to me. But that's the Polus, and this one here is the Mira HQ. And this looks super freaking cool too. Like, it is awesome looking. Look at that. That's just cool. I love how Demon Fox Sword has built these. Like, this is just awesome. And that's a big long ramp here up. But look at this. You just come up this. And if I weren't in the world editor, you would see all different kinds of zombies and stuff in here, because these things are just super populated with zombies. So there's a lot to kill and clear here. So you can have a lot of fun with that. Let's do this door. Oh, it shows a tree. Oh, that tree is right there. What is that? Oh, hey, look. There's the quest marker right there. That's cool. So you come through this door. There's the quest marker. I mean, there's just so much stuff here. Like, this is just super well done. Look at all this stuff. And if I'm going fast, I know, because there's so much to cover. I don't want to spend, 40 minutes on one little section. It's already been, like 10 minutes or so already. So this is just showing each awesome little section. Like, there's just so much here. It would take a lot longer to go over and show each one of these prefabs. Like, actually go through the entirety from start to finish would take, a half hour or more on each episode. But look, it comes with a nice little garden here. That's just cool as crap. Like, this is just really well done. Like, these are all just so cool. I just think I can't get over it. Just super well done. Super well done. Really well put together. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just run through here. So kudos on that, Demon Fox Sword. I think you have done a fantastic job on these. But now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next set. Alright folks, so our next set of mods is called Theodryck's Prefabs by Theodryck and Gutarian. I hope I pronounced that right. I'm really sorry if I didn't. Again, I'm bad with the names, folks. I'm sorry. But it comes with four prefabs of 4 mods. But it's got this Bill's something there. Richardson Storage, which is like a warehouse, a old beat up survivor building, and then this place over here called Jim's World, or Jim World. I almost said Jim's World. That's funny. Sorry, Jim, if I burst your bubble there. But most of these are, like, you see the 3 of these, the big ones are actual quest buildings here. And they're pretty cool too. Like, there's a lot in these as well. They're really well done. And you see like all this different stuff here. So if you're playing on a map and you need just a bunch of mechanical parts or anything like that, you've got a ton of it here. But these are not easy either. They're kind of challenging to clear. Like, you get the quests to come in here and clear these. They're gonna challenge you. I mean, they're gonna make you work for it. But they are all kind of in line with vanilla stuff too. So it's not gonna be super breaking on how to clear these. But it is gonna be a challenge to clear them. It's not gonna be just some of these buildings where you can just walk in and walk out with no problem. Now, yeah, you can always nerd pole up and loot and do stuff like that, but that's kind of dumb. I think it takes the challenge out of it. Just go ahead and clear the damn POI like normal. But this is the warehouse one, and it looks cool. I think it's really well done too. Just all the carnage up here makes it look like survivors, died up here defending themselves. I like the aesthetics of these. Like, that's why I'm recommending these. Like, they're really well done. The Among Us prefabs are just really cool because of the cleverness of actually building Among Us maps inside of a game like this. But the warehouse one is just really cool because there's so much here, like, aesthetically pleasing to me at least. At least it feels like it belongs in a zombie apocalypse type game, There's just so much here. All different kinds of stuff you guys can loot, come through and play with. Just jump around and climb up and do all kinds of different cool stuff. Things that you can loot, and there's just so much here. You get up here, then you climb up onto the roof, and then you get to see what looks like, carnage from zombies and all different kinds of stuff. And I'm not showing off where zombies spawn and stuff either because, you know, I'm in the world editor, so it's not showing all that stuff. But there are zombies and stuff here. Look at that. Pappy Shed, stay the fuck out. And you've got the main loot. This really cool little, aesthetically to me, like that's just awesome. Like that being like that. And we've got Bills over here. This place is really cool too. And you just come around. Outside it looks really cool. A little garage here. And this is, I like this one too, because you could really turn this one into like a survivor building if you wanted. And set up a little garage here, keep your vehicles and stuff safe. And you see how you're supposed to get out here. And then you come here. Then you jump across to here. And then you're supposed to go up this way. All different kinds of cool stuff to see. All different kinds of cool stuff to do. Just, this is just really well done. Really neat. Really well put together. A lot of cool stuff in this. Oh, I went too low. My bad. But this one is the last one of the bit, and I really like this one because it looks like, you know, a base that someone would build in a normal game that just fell to a zombie horde. They just, you know, just couldn't make it. They ended up dying. Because like you see, you've got the workbenches and stuff, a little bag, the forge, storage and stuff around. Like somebody tried to make this, you know, an actual base, like tried to live and fight through, but you know, they just couldn't hack it. That's why I like this, because like this is just, it's something I wish was actually in the game, not just, you know, normal POIs and stuff, but like stuff like this where it looked like other survivors tried to hold out. Because like if depending upon how you play the game, like I like to play with a little bit of role play element to it, where like I'm not the first survivor. You know, we're not the first people that have pissed off the Duke and, you know, he's done this to, where he just stripped him of everything. So it's like, you know, other survivors and stuff in the game, and this was the result of them failing to survive. And then you've got a little mine down here that you can come in and mine and stuff. And then over here you've got what could be like a little lead the zombies up the ramp and just, you know, shoot them, set up a junk sledge there, knocking them off, and you just sit here and shoot, things like that. Like, I think it's just super well done. Just in general, just this was really well built. This whole prefab mod that Theodryck and Guterin did is just really neat. And getting these to spawn in on a random gen is just really cool, especially being able to find them and do quests and stuff at them. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next mod. Alright folks, so our next mod is called Navezgane Apartment Homes by JS Doctor and Joel Stiles. And this is just a really cool, another little quest POI that has just a lot to do. Like there's a lot of cars and stuff that you can loot. There's a lot of loot here in general. There's a whole bunch of zombies and stuff in there. You've got a little office building here. Like little cool signs to just make it like aesthetically pleasing, just go along with the style. You've got a little office here, little laundry room. Like this was just, I think this was really well done. Like in general, all these mods that we've covered today are just really well done in general. Like there's just so much here, and like the decor on these looks really good. Like they've done a good job painting and setting these up to where it doesn't really look bad. Like some of these, you know, some prefabs and stuff just look atrocious, but these don't. Like these look really good. Each little area is its own little room and stuff. So you've got, well, you've got a flimsy wall there, but you've got like plenty of exploring to do in these, or you can even turn these into little bases and stuff. Just little homes for things. Like look at all this cool stuff here. Like there's just so much neat stuff to do, to see. Like there's just, these were just put together really well. I know I keep fumbling over and saying the same stuff, but I mean, what can you say to this? Like this is just a super well done POI. There's just so much here. These are all just extremely well put together. Plenty of places to explore, plenty of things to look through, plenty of loot, the things that keep gamers going. But I also like the idea of turning stuff like this into community bases. Each person gets their own little apartment, because these are big enough to turn in like a little home base. Like I play on the Deadfall server, and it would be neat if they had something like this to turn into a like a base for everybody. Each room has its own little workbench and stuff. Each person can have their own little door that they can lock. Nobody can get into it but them. So you could, you know, have a cool little community base with this. So it's just, to me at least, it just makes it really, really neat in a like a server capacity, or if you're playing with a bunch of friends, everybody can have their own little room, and then you just have a little horde base set up. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the last one. All right, folks. So our last mod is called the Archie Bunker by Runtine, and this is just a super cool, really awesome beginner-friendly base that you can put into a map to really help people who don't know how to build a good horde base. There's a lot of instructions with this to teach how a horde base should be built, or ways to build a horde base that most people don't really know about. So this is just super cool here. So you've got fence connection there that you put. You've got all these different stuff. You can put a blade trap there to where it cuts out the legs and stuff. Blade trap 2, blade trap 1, just a whole bunch of stuff here. And the cool thing about this is the way that Runtime built this is it's built to keep zombies from using special attacks and stuff and damaging blocks too much. Because the way that this works is, I'm in God mode right now, I'm in flight mode, but if you're here and there's zombies and stuff out there, if they can't see you correctly, they're not going to use their special attacks. But you can still sit here and you can sledgehammer down at them, you can hurt them, things like that, and they're not going to be able to hit you too well. And you can still repair traps and things like that. Yeah, see, first horde melee, you can just stand right here and melee him and stuff, and you can shoot through. Like, there's so much here that you can do with this. This is a great beginner base. Because also, zombies don't really like these arrow slits, so they're not really going to come at you from this side. Or if they do, it's going to be easy to fight off. The most way they're going to come at you... Oop, I went the wrong way. I got to go back into God mode so I can show. But first, you need to put another little electrical fence there. So the way that they're most likely going to come at you is through here, because there's a clear path marking, which, it's weird to say it like that, but the way zombie pathing works, that's actually how they're going to come at you, is they're going to come at you this way. So you can actually, fight off really higher level hordes, because they're not going to want to bust through this because it's too thick, especially if you put a lot of reinforcement and stuff up there. And you can put a turret up here for birds, things like that. Like, this is just a really well done beginner base. Put a solar array, like, you can have all kinds of stuff here. You can have almost everything you need here, really. You can have forges and all kinds of stuff here. I wouldn't do that. I'd leave this as just like a horde base and leave one of the other buildings that we covered as my normal live-in base and crafting base and stuff, and let this just be where I come to fight hordes. But this is just a super well done, like, beginner base. Like, I would use, not even just a beginner base, but like I would use this on late stage horde nights and stuff. Like, this still would work really well. I know Vidui 42 has showed off something very similar to this that holds up. Like, it holds the test of time while zombies are sitting there smacking on stuff. Like, this just, it holds up for a while. It's not going to be something that's just going to get demolished super easily. Like, you can actually use this for a long time and just upgrade as you go. Turn the cobblestone into brick, or not brick, but into concrete, stuff like that. This is a good base, like, especially for beginners and stuff. People who need something to help them out until they figure out what they're doing or how they want to do stuff. But with that, folks, we are done for the week. Make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Have fun, take it easy, and we'll see you next time.